Welcome back, Valley friends. We're hanging out with Mushu today in the quest, the Tiny Villagers Society. To unlock this quest, you will need to reach level 10 friendship with Mushu. You will also need to have Scar, Buzz Lightyear, and Woody in your valley. Once you've met all the requirements, you can chat to Mushu to get started. Mushu has been seeing some inappropriate behavior in the valley and does not like how Scar is treating the smaller villagers. As the guardians of the valley, it's our job to put a stop to this. Mushu is going to keep an eye on Scar whilst we conduct some interviews with the other tiny villagers in our valley. First up, I chatted with Stitch. Stitch is not afraid of a bully like Scar and has threatened him with his lasers on his ship. But Stitch has witnessed Scar bullying some of the others and thinks Scar's badness level is too high. Next, we chatted with Buzz. He considers Scar to be one of his friends, but he does feel that Scar can sometimes do mean things. Recently, he's been pushing Buzz into mud puddles and just laughing. This is not normal behavior for friends. We'll need to do something about this. Next, we'll chat with our other tiny toy friend, Woody. Woody had a strange encounter with Scar recently. The lion had asked Woody to play a game of hide and seek, but when Scar had found the toy, instead of going to hide like he should have, he told Woody to run. After which Scar spent the rest of the afternoon chasing Woody around the valley and snapping his jaws at him. I can only imagine how scared the tiny sheriff must have been. The final tiny villager we need to chat with is Remy. Remy was actually looking to speak to us about Scar's behavior in the restaurant. It seems he has been a difficult customer and refusing to pay. He would order meals, eat most of it, then send it back complaining that it was no good. Remy tried talking to him about this, but Scar didn't care because Remy is just a small rat that can't defend himself. Once you're done chatting with all the tiny villagers, you can report back to Mushu. You can relay each of the horror stories that the tiny villagers have shared with us. Mushu wants to put an end to Scar's mistreatment of the small villagers. He's going to start a tiny villagers society to remind the small valley friends that they are not alone and that we can work together to put a stop to the bullying. For this, we will need to make them all feel welcome. The best way to do this is to have seating that is perfect for their size, so we'll need some tiny chairs, and what is a meeting without some food? So let's start by collecting all the materials we'll need for our tiny chairs. Firstly, we will need 25 pieces of softwood. The best place to collect these is the plaza and peaceful meadows. Then we need 5 iron ingots, which I purchased from Kristoff's stall, but we can also craft these. And finally, we crafted 5 pieces of fabric from cotton you can grow in the Sunlit Plateau. Kristoff also sells these. Once you have collected all your materials, you can craft 5 tiny chairs. Make sure you have your chairs in your inventory, then head back over to Mushu. Now that we have a place for our tiny friends to sit comfortably for the meeting, we just need to arrange the food. For this, we'll need to chat with our favorite tiny chef Remy. Remy already has the perfect dish in mind. We will need to prepare some miniature leek soups for our tiny valley friends. But for this recipe, we can't just use any leeks, we'll need to grow a special miniature version. Remy will provide the seeds for these. Head over to your garden and plant your miniature leek seeds. Make sure you water them, they should grow almost instantly, then you can harvest them. Once you have your leeks, you will also need the following ingredients: 3 onions, which you can purchase seeds for at Goofy's stall in the Forest of Valor, 3 mushrooms, which you can find in the Glade of Trust, 3 butter, which you can purchase from Remy's pantry. Once you have all your ingredients, you can start cooking your 3 miniature leek soups. Make sure you have the 3 dishes in your bag, then head over to Mushu. Now that we have the meals for the meeting, they are all ready to get started. Even though we're not a tiny villager, Mushu invites us to join the meeting because we have done so much to help our tiny friends in the valley. We will now need to head into Mulan and Mushu's house to witness the first meeting of the Tiny Villagers Society. Those tiny chairs are the cutest things ever. Once the meeting is over, you can chat to Mushu again. Mushu wants to confront Scar about his behavior, but you don't see that going down well. You suggest maybe he does the big show like when he first met Mulan. You think Scar would be more likely to listen if he's actually a bit scared. Mushu is reluctant but agrees to do it your way. For this he will need some supplies. The first thing Mushu will need is a strong hand fan. He recalls seeing one in the training camp. We will need to head back to the Mulan realm to find the hand fan. It should be laying on the ground amongst the tents. Once you have the fan, head back to the valley and check in with Mushu. He is ready for phase 2 of his plan. For this we will need to meet him inside Scar's home. Make sure you take the hand fan with you. Mushu will set up everything in Scar's home. We'll just need to go find the lion and convince him to follow us inside his house. Chat with Scar and tell him someone is waiting for him inside his home. He is intrigued about this mystery person, so he goes along with the plan. Enter Scar's home again and watch the interaction between Mushu and the lion. Once Mushu is done confronting Scar, you can check in with him. He thinks Scar has gotten the message and should be leaving the Tiny Valley friends alone. He is ready to deliver the good news to the others. Head back over to Mulan and Mushu's house to witness the next meeting of the Tiny Villagers Society. I really wish the tiny chairs were functional and the villagers were sitting on them. Would have made this so much cuter. Once the meeting is over, you can chat with Mushu again. He wants to celebrate our victory against Scar and his bullying. For this he hands us a tiny party set for our celebration. We will need to head outside to find the perfect spot for our celebration and place our tiny party set. Once you've placed it, you will be able to take some cute photos with all our Tiny Valley friends. Chat with Mushu one last time to complete the quest, the Tiny Villagers Society. As always, please leave us a like if you found this video useful and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I will see you next time as we continue our Disney adventures.